my name is Philip, and I'm currently a Danish YouTuber making Danish content for my lovely subscribers. But today I wanted to show you something, and I think English is the better language to do it in, because I've showed this to my Danish viewers, but of course an English viewer wouldn't know anything I said in that video. So therefore I want to show off my survival world. First of all, this is a young survival world. I think I've played like 5 hours in here, and I've primarily made, mining vessels. This is a recent thing, but that's not what we are going to talk about today. Today we are going to I'm going to show off this mining vessel. And first of all, I'm not used to making videos in English, so if my language or if my expression of words is not the right one, that's the reason. But I want to show this mining vessel. This is a planetary miner. It's the first of a kind. I have never made anything that looks like this. This is actually it's the first one I made in this map ever in survival, and I think it worked out pretty well. It's a drilling ship. Large ship, small ship wouldn't have cut it. A big ship is needed. It's made by this. It has a large drilling head with 3 rows of drills, and behind that there is a cargo container in the middle, as you can see right here. Then we have conveyors that connecting the reactor and the bottom, the end, the output, the ore output at the end that connects to the station. Inside of here we have a ore dump system, because a large problem when you're mining on planets is that you have to mine through a lot of shit to get to the ore. So you need to dump all the ores you don't need, so you don't end up with having like 300,000 tons of stone in your inventory. That's not what you want. So I have the system set up to drop stone as soon as it enters the system. So when I mine in the surface, it will get rid of all the stone. I just need to check my hydrogen. Okay, we have enough hydrogen. I have mined some with this ship as I needed the materials. I've just made a nice cut here, and as you can see, it's very, very satisfying to look at, because it's so flush. It's square. It's almost like Minecraft. This, and I have mined out the resource that the game gives you to start with. It gives you like 3 giant patches of silicon, iron, and nickel. And I have tried my best to mine the iron and just trying to get a view over where the ores are. And right at the moment I'm drilling primarily for iron, as you can see, and it's a very nice work it makes. It takes a lot of time though, but it's grinding perfect holes. That's very satisfying to look at. I can run around here every day and just get orgasms straight out of the air just by looking at this. So I want to demonstrate my mining ship, and of course in the description is a download link to the Steam Workshop where you can get it if you want to use it in your own world. A lot of people have troubles. I've seen a lot of Sage videos and Aaron videos, and they have some problems mining on planets. And a lot of other guys that plays a lot of Space Engineers has also a lot of problems mining on planets, and that's very unfortunate, because it takes a lot of survival tries to tune in to how you mine on a planet, and it's actually quite simple. You mine on a planet just like you mine on the Earth you are on. You make a giant what the fuck is the word in English? You make a giant quarry, and then you mine layers down, and you mine further and further out. You longer have to go down, so you end up with like a comb-shaped hole. And that's the same principle here. If you want to get a long way down, you need to mine a giant hole. But with this machine, it's not a problem. So I want to demonstrate how this works, and we have a patch of iron over here, a giant patch. I don't think the ores in the rest of the world is this big. I know they aren't this big. This is just the starting area. They give you all the 3 vital ores to produce things like the most basic things of Space Engineers. Good. So the first thing you do is you line it up with the I don't know what you call it, the angle meter, so you're sure you're drilling a perfect straight hole. Also, because when you then take the next line of ore, it's perfectly straight, so you can just go on. You can actually just leave it and just go out and get some coffee or whatever you want while it's mining. But we line it up with the hole. We eject the drills down to a nice height right here, and then we turn on the drills. Right at the moment, I could turn on the ore dump system. Actually think it's on right at the moment, isn't it? No, I don't think it's on. Try to turn it on. Now you can see it dumping. It's dumping all the waste material out in the bottom, and that's very useful. In this world, I have the max amount of items on the ground set to, I think, 65. Is that an English number? I think it is. But the game can't handle me dropping ores while I'm drilling with this many drills. It has a tendency to freeze, and that's not what you want in your safe game. So you put it down. You just basically nudge it a little bit forward every time. Not too much, because then it's gonna pivot down and smash into the ground, but a little bit at a time. It can hold what can a large car container hold? About 4 million units. I don't know if this is kilos or tons or pounds or whatever it is, but this is what you have. And as you can see right at the moment, the stone is actually gathering up inside our mining container. We don't want that. So when you have drilled for a little bit, or if you have a game that doesn't freeze when you when you do both, when you both drop ores and mill at the same time, you can do that as well. But as you see, the game is not happy about drilling and dumping ores at the same time. And I have a pretty hefty computer. I have an 8-core Intel processor and two 90, what the fuck are you calling them? 980 Ti's from Asus. So I have a pretty hefty machine. I have like 64 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, so it's not a problem. But you can see the game is not happy about it. But then again, you can choose not to drop ores, and then the game runs much better. It just have to empty the connectors before it stops, so it takes a little bit of time. But see, the hole we're making is perfectly straight, and if you kind of angle it right with your last cut, you can actually make some pretty interesting mining designs. I hate when you have to drill down into a planet to get the material, because it looks like shit, and you have problems with backing out of the hole without smashing your rear thrusters and stuff. This is just a much easier way, and it's much more satisfying to mine. In a recent update from Space Engineers, they added the little rocks on the surface of planets, and that includes some ores like uranium or gold or silver or silicon or whatever. It's basically all the ores. I have not experienced gold, but all the other ores, except platinum, you can find that in this small rocks on the surface. And this machine can take one of those rocks off with one sweep, and then it's gone, and it can dispose of the stone immediately after when you're flying over to the next one. So this can actually be used to mining those small amounts of ores too, if you want to use it for that. Of course, this ship is powered by a large reactor, and it takes a lot of uranium. I think right at the moment I have I think I have 400 kilos of uranium in it. 566 kilos of uranium, and it eats through uranium quite fast. So I had to come up with an idea. Or not an idea, but I had to come up with a plan to get a lot of uranium. So I took my small scout ship and I flew it around, and I actually found a large uranium deposit right down here. And this is another way to mine. If you want to get down in a hurry, just right click with that machine and it's just gonna drill this massive hole. And it actually worked quite well. I got down to the point where I needed to be. Just like here, you can see there's the uranium ore, what we call a strafe of ore. I mined down until I reached the uranium, and then I had to mine, with the left click, so it gathers up the material. So it took a lot of time, but I got like 200,000 kilos of uranium from this place, and it can fuel my machine for the next 5 days or so of use, and that's very nice. And then if I need it again, I can just go down here and mine some more. This is a large deposit I have yet to mine. I think I can fit my machine in here and just mine that way. So that is, of course, a option if you need uranium. But down here, I think the ores in these maps are the same. So if you take Easy Start, there is a large uranium deposit down there. I do not know if it's the same in all this what you call Easy Starts, but I think I actually think it is. Here I had some uranium to start with. I mined it with a smaller version of the big one. I made a small ship that functioned in the same way as the big one, but it was, it was the starting ship. I was able to gather resources not to build this, and that was kind of the purpose with that little ship. But I just want to show this off. I'm very sorry if my English is not as good as you're used to hearing from English YouTubers. Currently I have 180,000 subscribers on my Danish channel, and it's hard for me to give out my experience in space engineers to everyone, because Denmark is a quite small country. So I'll try, and if you want more videos, I have some more designs that I want to show you. So just like the video, maybe write you want what you want to see. I can fix quite a few problems with planet mining and so on. So have a nice day. My name is Philip, and see you in the next video.